Welcome to my Hebrew channel, Mila Braikan. I'm looking at Ruth 2, verse 9. In this particular portion of the scripture, we have an extended monologue, extended speech on the part of Boaz to Ruth. He's expressing a lot of things as to what's happening there and looking for safety. Also, if you're feeling thirsty, go get a drink and so forth. So lots of good things happening. The entire verse are words of Boaz and directed to Ruth, seeking her best interests and caring for her. So very beautiful passage. Again, as I said, the entire book of Ruth is one of restoration and protection and care. And so we'll get to the study. I have an English translation on hand. I'll have the Hebrew here from an ancient translation, and we'll get into seeing what's there. It's very interesting. And as I said, it's a dialogue, or it's a monologue from Boaz to Ruth. And he starts out with a plural of eyes, okay? Enayich, enayich, okay? I'm going to get really used to having this ich, it ends a lot of this one here. Going to get used to the soft kaf, followed by shavah, which just closes off the word with just a very simple soft k. So enayich, your eyes forward, your eyes on, okay? Eyes on, eyes forward, eyes upon, and that's what you have here. It is, you look it up officially, it is a noun, but it's a noun that's being used as a verb, not just a verb here, but imperative. Okay, put those eyes on. Okay, look at this. Okay, eyes forward, eyes on. Ba shadeh. The ba here is in, preposition, the prefix to preposition onto sadeh, and it's a definite article here with a patah. Eyes on the field. Okay, the field. Now, previous one said beshdeh, in other words, in a field, aher, but this one is bashdeh, and so in the field, asher, which, this is a relative pronoun here, introducing a subordinate clause here, so asher, which, yik sorun, okay, yik sorun, there has to be a holum up here, yik sorun, in which they are harvesting. Now we've seen kotzrim, katsir, and this one's the masculine plural prefix form of kasar, that's to harvest, okay? So they are harvesting, and we have a lovely emphatic nun at the end of here. Our guides will tell us paragogic nun, although emphatic nun is more descriptive of what's happening here. We have Kitzrun, and we also have an emphatic nun at the end here. Just looking through this before I started reading this. So, Yish Shabun, okay, and that's which they have pulled up. So, again, which they most certainly harvesting, most certainly pulling up. So, Yitz Yik Sorun, they are harvesting, and Halachet. Halachet, there's a Rafe right on top of this one, and the Rafe tells us this kaf is going to be a soft kaf. Without a dagesh, it's not a positive, not an explosive kaf. It's just a soft kaf. So you've got halachet. We also see halachet a little bit further on. I noticed it over here. Halachet. Again, the same double set of shavahs, and we'll get back to that a little bit. Over here, the Rafe is nicely over the kaf, and here, or the kaf, and here the Rafe is kind of stretched out. It really should be. This is the right spot for it. This is stretched out a little bit over to the tau, but it emphasizes the soft form, the non-plausitive form of the kaf. So, and the same word here, vahalaket, and then walk, and then you walk. Double shavah here. Often, if I would see this like this lach, and you see a short vowel right here, you'd go, oh, that's the soft, that's the silent shavah closing off the syllable here. But actually, this particular syllable needs a vowel pointing. The only vowel pointing accessible for it or available to it happens to be the shavah. So you're gonna treat them both here 1, 2, 3 open syllables, and then you have a closed syllable with the shwa. Halachet. Okay, and keep it soft because of the rafe. Rafe reminds us to keep the cuff soft right here, and also no daggers. Well, halachet, and then you walk, you follow. Acharechen, behind them. And this does look a little bit like an emphatic nun, but actually it happens to be the feminine suffix ending here of after them, and this happens that them then is feminine in reference to the nacharot, that is the female women who are working at the field. So you follow after them, not mentioning the naharim. Okay, naharim, you can contrast that here, but after them, okay, and the them here is feminine in reference to the women that are working on the field. Acharchen, and then these two marks, simply space marks. In printed text, they just join up the words the way they should be. But here, when you're tied to a very stable column size, you don't want things spaced to, you don't want open spaces like this, so you just put in a little space markings in there. They aren't put in our modern printed text at all. You see them here, not really necessary, just simply occupying the space. Halo, now we've seen this one before, and again we see the interrogative hatef pata, the ha, is it not so, lo, and is it not so, is it thus, and it's also a gentle way of introducing an order or an action. So you get, is it not so, shivati, that I have ordered, okay, shivati. This is shiva is an order, and then this is a singular person, singular first person suffix form of I have ordered, I am ordering or have ordered. Shivati et hanaharim, to the naharim, to the young men. Nahar, of course, is a well-used root in this particular chapter, and this is the masculine plural form of it with a nice little article in front of it here. So, and then a direct object marker here in the front here. Et hanaharim, I've ordered to the workers or to the young men. Libilti, to not, in order to not. This is a stylized form. It's pretty stable. We're going to say it once or twice more in our study. It means not. Okay, just when you see this, just think lo. Okay, lo and bilti are quite similar. This seems to be a little bit lengthy. It's much longer, about 3 or 4 consonants longer than lo, but it has the same impact, a little bit formalized style to it. Okay, libilti, in order to not. The lamed, I always regard this lamed here as lamed of purpose, in order to not. Okay, so to not, lo. Nag, nag, ech, nag, ech. Okay, this here the shava does close off the syllable. Okay, nag, and that's to touch. This touching can be gentle, can be touching to pull things together as building or fielding as field. We see that used in Isaiah, and then also in Isaiah, when the burning coal is brought by the seraph over to touch Isaiah's mouth, it's touches. Okay, touch. And so in other words, touch can be a little bit more powerful than just lightly touch. It can be heavily touch. Could strike. Okay, so it can be a little bit more powerful, or it can be with a burning coal. That, of course, will inflict some pain as well. In the first chapter, we haven't seen this one as a root. We did see pega, which is part of the same family. Okay, to insist or to push. And here it is: push, touch, hurt, or smite, or things like that. So negech, to touch you, okay, to bother you or to harm you. Negech, to harm you. Ve, shamit, and if we could take this as a conditional, and if you're thirsty, okay, and when you, well, we can take it also as a just simply indicative when you're thirsty, okay. Shamit, and as you're thirsty. Ve halachet, again, very same word. Ve halachet, as we had. This one's ve halachet, behind them, and this halachet. Take a walk over. halaket. You is the feminine ending of this particular verb here. You walk over, el, towards, hakelim, to the water jars. Water jars probably straight there in the house, and that's a good place to store them. Pottery, when you put water into them and then the water evaporates on the surface of the pottery, it keeps it cool. So one nice way of refrigerating your water, just have it standing in pottery, and it keeps it cool as it evaporates. So kalim, and the pottery, the jars, kalim. Kalim is a general word that means all kinds of household goods, but in this case we're talking about water. If you're drinking, you're going to drink from kalim. Those kalim will be pottery jars. So kalim, ve shatit, and then also drink. This is if you're thirsty, and then you can walk and just drink. Okay, shatit, and then drink. Me'asher, from that which. Okay, this is a preposition of derivation from. Then from that which. Okay, me'azer, from that which. Yish abun, in which they have lifted up. This is a little bit amplified version of yeshav, which is to lift up, like nasa would. That's well known. The well-known verb here is nasa, that would be nun shin ayin. This one's shin ayin bet, to lift up, but it's part of the same family. So when you first see the shin ayin, going up, and then you see sibet, that one defines it a little bit closer. You see the plural here with surik. You see the nun on the end. What is that? That is emphatic nun. We've had it here to start too. Okay, yekshekitsrun. Okay, and here you have yeshavun, which they have lifted up. Hanarim. Okay, the young men. Young men are mentioned. I think they're mentioned the first place. Yeah, they're mentioned right over here. Hanarim and Hanarim, mentioned twice here. So Boaz is telling, follow those young gals over there, Achariken, and I've told the Naharim not to touch you. And I've said, these Naharim, these young guys, have also lifted up the water. That water then is available to you. Sit down, drink as much as you want. And here, especially in hot weather, like the Middle East can sometimes be very, very hot in the spring and summer, and it's cool water is very much needed in a scenario like that. We don't even know. She might have some capacity to bring some water from the town, but being out in a hot field, working under the hot sun, cool water is most certainly a great blessing. We see here again, it's a continuation of what's began in the previous verse. Boaz is looking for the best, looking for protection, looking for care, looking for blessing on Ruth. So if you want to be friendly with somebody, do good things for them, and we see it here. About half of the passage is in regard to her safety. In other words, he's telling his own men, treat her well, don't touch her, don't bother her. And then he's saying, okay, when you're thirsty, just go over to the jars and help yourself to the water. So, these young men are there to provide that kind of blessing. So, yeah, if you want to get along with your neighbor, help him out. And if he's thirsty, give him something to drink. The Apostle Paul in the New Testament also has some words in it. He even said, do it to your enemy if at all possible. So, somebody needs help, somebody needs food, somebody needs to drink. Provide it, and that way you will establish a good friendship and the opportunity to be of service to that person and to demonstrate to that person the love of God, the love of Jehovah. Jehovah loves us, and in some ways we must also show that to others. So be as kind, be as nice as you can to your neighbor, and you will have the opportunity to do that as testimony to Jehovah. So God bless and God strengthen you, and until the next time.